From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, August 8th, 2014. Silver is trading at $19.92 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,311 per ounce. And according to BitcoinAverage.com, the average price of Bitcoin is $591. Antiwar.com reports, the Obama administration wasted no time in using the latest ISIS advance as a pretext for military operations and have already been reported to have launched multiple airstrikes against ISIS targets on Thursday night. The reports came from both Kurdish officials and locals fleeing the attacked towns, but as of Thursday night, the Pentagon was denying these strikes. The attacks hit the towns of Gwar and Makmur, which the Kurdish Peshmerga unsuccessfully tried to recapture from ISIS on Wednesday. They both lie about 25 miles southwest of the Kurdish capital of Erbil. The U.S. attacks appear to be focused both on blunting the ISIS offensive amid ISIS threats of an attack on Erbil itself, and on giving the Kurdish forces openings to try to take the offensive and reclaim lost territory. The Kurdistan Regional Government has been pushing for U.S. intervention since the weekend, when ISIS seized control of Sinjar district in the nation's far northwest and routed Kurdish fighters there. The Kurds have been successful in fending off ISIS up to that point, but the momentum seems to have shifted now, with ISIS keen to grow its territory in that area. FPP Radio News is brought to you by Roberts & Roberts Brokerage. For over 35 years, Roberts & Roberts has been a trusted source for buying and selling your investment-grade precious metals. They now take Bitcoin for purchasing precious metals so you can turn your profits into a long-term investment. Call Roberts & Roberts today for knowledgeable advice on investing. 800-874-9760. TechCrunch reports, in late July, Wikipedia announced that it would accept donations in Bitcoin. In its first week of accepting Bitcoin, Wikipedia racked up $140,000 in new funds, according to Coinbase, the service that powers its cryptocurrency influx. CoinDesk, a publication that tracks Bitcoin and other alternative digital currencies, heralds the news as suggesting the staying power of digital currency donations owing to the contribution of tax benefits and transaction cost savings. TechCrunch had previously reported that the Wikimedia Foundation, the parent company of Wikipedia, doesn't intend to hold Bitcoin, but instead convert it to dollars at the time of donation. TechCrunch also noted that the foundation raised about $18.7 million last year, making the $140,000 in Bitcoin donations approximately 1% of its prior haul, but 1% in 1 week could add up to a tidy figure, provided Bitcoin donations continue. During the 2013 Porcupine Freedom Festival, Dahvie Barker presented an idea for a renegade psychological experiment. Since then, he has refined his idea and put his plan and research into writing. He explains, "We aim to show the world beyond a shadow of a doubt that power corrupts absolutely and corrupt authority deserves no obedience." Authoritarian Sociopathy is available from Amazon.com, all major bookstores, and now available as an audiobook. Reuters reports, Moscow banned imports of food from the West on Thursday in retaliation against sanctions over Ukraine, a stronger-than-expected measure that isolates Russian consumers from world trade to a degree unseen since Soviet days. Moscow imposed a one-year ban on all meat, fish, dairy, fruit, and vegetables from the United States, the 28 European Union countries, Canada, Australia, and non-EU member Norway. Russia has become the biggest consumer of EU fruit and vegetables, the second biggest buyer of U.S. poultry, and a major global consumer of fish, meat, and dairy products. Russian President Vladimir Putin ordered his government to adopt the measures in retaliation against Western countries, which impose sanctions on Russia's defense, oil, and financial sectors over its supposed support for rebels waging an insurrection in East Ukraine. In eastern Ukraine, the Russian citizen who had led the Donetsk People's Republic stepped down in favor of a local man, a move that could provide some faint new hope for peace. Kiev has long said it could negotiate with locals, but never with foreigners it considers international terrorists. NATO Security General visiting Kiev in a show of support for Ukraine called on Russia to pull back from the brink of war against its neighbor. The Western Military Alliance says Moscow has massed troops on the border in preparation for a possible ground invasion. This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.